various fronts, at various occasions, we have seen the United States help support India on a global platform. The cavalcade is now reaching at Koteshwar Road. There are various issues and challenges that both the countries are facing. And both these leaders will deliberate upon it and will find a solution. So this is the first leg of the US President Donald Trump to India. From Ahmedabad, the President will go to Agra and then New Delhi. And there's a cultural performance we can see on the streets of Ahmedabad here. It's quite a visual treat for the foreign dignitaries. The cavalcade is moving towards Motera Stadium, is at now Koteshwar Road. Well, it's another feather in the cap of Ahmedabad city as they hosted US President Donald Trump. The cavalcade has reached now Ashram Road. US President Donald Trump is accompanied with the delegates, where the Indian side and the US will have a bilateral talk in Delhi. as there are various issues that both the countries share a common goal. As the terrorism and protectionism are the issues on both the countries are quite vocal about. The cavalcade will now reach at Motera Stadium. Motera Stadium is considered the world's biggest cricketing stadium and was a brainchild of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This newly built stadium has world-class facilities including the corporate boxes, gymnasium, Olympic-sized swimming pool and many other facilities. It's spread across 63 acres and can accommodate 110,000 spectators at a time. But it's not just about the size, the stadium is also a green, sustainable structure. And here we can see the cavalcade of President is reaching towards Motera Stadium.
The World Heritage City of Ahmedabad wears a festive look today as spectators on both sides of the road are greeting and cheering both the leaders, President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as we now see Prime Minister Modi's cavalcade nearing the new Motera Stadium.
The cavalcade being greeted by the ship of the desert, colorfully caparisoned camels. What a wonderful sight this is. A spectacle of what India is all about. The Motera Stadium is the venue for the Namaste Trump event. The largest event, the grandest event of its kind anywhere in the world.
Aspiring dreams, inspiring future. The ties between the two nations, India and the United States, are grounded in the common values and shared commitment to democracy. The roar from the Motera Stadium continues to grow and build up in anticipation of both the global leaders arriving within the Motera Stadium in moments from now. Prime Minister Modi had reached Ahmedabad today, over an hour before President Trump did. Prime Minister was present at the airport to welcome the US President. He greeted him with a hug, and in response we did see that in the visitor's diary, President Trump wrote, "Thank you, my friend, for this wonderful experience." Adequate security arrangements have been made throughout the route. And the idea also is that the spectators on both sides of the road can get a glimpse of their beloved leaders and also of the cultural diversity and heritage on display. Robust relations, democratic traditions. The United States of America is the world's oldest democracy, and India its largest. Absolutely in sync, the majestic camels. Reminds me of the border security force. It's almost become a symbol of them. That's the first recall we have. And not only in security, you've got the Gujarat police, you've got the central paramilitary forces, other security agencies, all trying to ensure that there is no untoward incident, but most importantly, that everyone in attendance enjoys this festival and welcomes the visitor with joy. The Motera Stadium was established in 1982, and a lot of records also have happened at the stadium. Sunil Gavaskar completed 10,000 runs in Test cricket in 86-87. Kapil Dev scalped his 432nd wicket in Test to surpass Sir Richard Hadley's record, thus becoming the highest wicket taker in Test cricket at that time. And just in 2011 World Cup, which India won, en route in the quarterfinals, we played the all-important match against the Aussies on the Motera ground.
And what a spectacle that was. What a memory.
Sachin Tendulkar. Can you name any ground on which Sachin does not have a record?
I don't think there is any such ground in the world. But at the moment, this ground, this stadium, chock-a-block with people from all across Gujarat and indeed across the country. They have come here to witness this spectacle, this mega event, the largest event of its kind anywhere in the world. Namaste Trump. And we've been hearing cheers emanating from the stadium from early in the morning when people started trickling in from 7:30 or 8 in the morning. It's a very bright sunny day. But the enthusiasm of the people to be part of history. These are great moments in histories of nations, and these are people from across the 33 districts of Gujarat.
And the canopy that you see there, it's a specialized 30-meter wide roof canopy over the entire stadium. People might have come since morning, but their joy, energy is only increasing with time. Young children, students, youth, artists, they're all gathered here. Arts, culture, sports, cinema, music, folk dances, all of this is the soft power of a nation. And today, we are having an amazing experience of the soft power of India.
And these are people from all walks of life, students, businessmen, office goers, the young, the old, and especially the children who always get most enthusiastic.
Let's see this video and know more about how both the world leaders, President Trump and Prime Minister Modi, are so popular in social media and especially on Twitter.
They are the leaders of the world's largest and oldest democracies. They draw enormous crowds at their rallies and other public events. They both rose to power as leaders of the masses. And they will have a lot to talk about when President Donald Trump visits India for the first time. Trade, strategic ties, security, defense deals and enhancing people-to-people connect are just a few topics on the agenda.
The US market has been the single largest market for Indian exporters, for expectations of a mini trade deal, because it's important for India. Defense deals will definitely be on the table, including perhaps for helicopters, and there's talk because the US has sent to the Congress the notification for authorization of sale of integrated air defense systems.
The two leaders may find they have much in common if they venture into the world of social media. Both are prolific users of social networking sites. Donald Trump is the most popular head of state or government with 72.6 million followers on Twitter, while Prime Minister Modi is at number 2 with 53.1 million followers. In fact, President Trump announced his India visit tweeting, "Great honor, I think." Mark Zuckerberg recently stated that Donald J. Trump is number 1 on Facebook, number 2 is Prime Minister Modi of India. Actually, I'm going to India in 2 weeks, looking forward to it. In 2017 too, using his official POTUS account, President Trump tweeted that he is looking forward to discussing important strategic issues with a true friend. Playing host after the meeting in the White House, President Trump recalled his previous campaign pledge that if elected, India would have a true friend in the White House.
During my campaign, I pledged that if elected, India would have a true friend in the White House. And that is now exactly what you have, a true friend.
President Trump also praised PM Modi's Twitter prowess.
Prime Minister Modi and I are world leaders in social media. We're believers, giving the citizens of our countries the opportunity to hear directly from their elected officials and for us to hear directly from them.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also described his White House visit as being filled with friendliness from the opening tweet to the end of talks.
ओपनिंग ट्वीट से लेकर हमारी वार्ता के समापन तक राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप की मित्रता भरे वेलकम का मैं हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
Fast forward to 23rd May 2019. President Trump was among the first world leaders to congratulate the Prime Minister on his massive second-term win. He tweeted, "Congratulations to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his BJP party on their big election victory. Great things are in store for the US-India partnership with the return of PM Modi at the helm. I look forward to continuing our important work together." Prime Minister Modi's prompt response read, "Thank you, Donald Trump. This victory represents the aspirations of a nation of 1.3 billion people. I too am looking forward to working closely with you for closer bilateral ties, which also augur well for global peace and prosperity." Then on the 23rd of September, Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted to the US President hours after the two world leaders shared the stage at a mega event in Houston, calling it a watershed moment in India-USA ties. President Trump's response on the microblogging site was short and sweet: "The USA loves India." And this love between the two countries, led by two dynamic leaders, will definitely grow stronger
So two strong leaders and their personal chemistry adds to the synergies we see in the bilateral relations between India and the United States of America.
That's absolutely true, and there is a very large Indian diaspora in America that is contributing to the American economy. What is interesting, Amit, is the fact that with the advent of the fourth industrial revolution, which is coming to us at breakneck speed, where technology and internet are not just the future, they are the present. The present and the future lies firmly in the hands of Indians. Some of the biggest American IT firms are headed by Indians, whether it is Google, Microsoft, Adobe, or many of the others. India and the United States are two of the world's largest democracies and are natural partners to catalyze change and accelerate growth across the world. The Indian diaspora in the US comprises close to 4 million people. More than 90,000 of these live and work in the Silicon Valley and account for every startup in America. Enterprises started by Indians in America represent some of the most successful startups in the world. Companies started by Indian founders in the Valley account for $235 billion in market value. President Trump's visit to India is a great opportunity to strengthen relations between India and the Silicon Valley to pave the way for exponential growth in this area. The India-US partnership will be focusing on 4 key objectives, that is peace and prosperity in the Indian Ocean, counter-terrorism, free and fair trade, and energy. And there is a lot of energy here today at the Motera Stadium. Who knows which of these people will be future CEOs of great IT brands that emanate from the US.
Or sportspersons, because we are here at the world's largest cricket stadium, and Sourav Ganguly, former India captain and BCCI president, is in attendance here at the new Motera Stadium. Absolutely electric atmosphere at New Motera as people gathered here are eagerly waiting to welcome President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wearing their white hats that says Namaste Trump.
And Namaste Trump indeed. President Trump's maiden visit to India begins here in Ahmedabad. A very special honor for the people of Ahmedabad and Gujarat.
So far, Prime Minister Narendra Modi received the first family at the Ahmedabad airport. A cultural reception was given to the visiting dignitaries at the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport. They then moved towards Sabarmati Ashram. En route, there was the Mega India Roadshow that showcased the cultural rich heritage of this great nation, India. At the Sabarmati Ashram, the US President, the First Lady, revisited the ideals and values of Mahatma Gandhi. And now, Ivanka Trump, senior advisor, Trump administration, and daughter of the American President Donald Trump, arriving at the new Motera Stadium to loud cheers from the spectators. She was here to attend the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Hyderabad in November 2017. Very happily posing for photographs with the joyful audience there. For those wondering what is Sachin's record here at the Motera, well, Sachin Tendulkar became the first ever cricketer to score 18,000 runs in one-day cricket in a match against Australia during the 2011 Cricket World Cup.
Stronger friendship, brighter future. Indeed it is. The bilateral relations between the two countries, India and the United States, have arrived at unprecedented levels of convergence. Cricket aficionados in our country, cricket lovers, when they have been coming to Motera before, it took 1.5 years to refurbish the stadium from its earlier avatar, would have cheered with as much gusto when Javagal Srinath took 6 wickets in the 4th innings of a test match against South Africa, where the visitors faltered by chasing 170 to win, ending up at 105 all out. Do you think it was the same kind of cheering?
Well, the cheer only continues to grow, and not only for cricket. India is ready for football too, because this year India is going to host FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup for the first time ever. And while the finals will be held at Navi Mumbai, Ahmedabad, the World Heritage City, will also be one of the venues. So all of these